peace and plenty. Nigeria bless. Please be kindly seated. Very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, kindly join me as I recognize now the distinguished personalities in the building. First and foremost, we have the honor of having all the way from Abuja, who arrived yesterday, the chairman of this auspicious occasion, Senator Dr. Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, CON, the Honorable Minister of State, Agriculture and Food Security, and the Supervising Minister of Cooperative Affairs in Nigeria. Please make welcome Baradin Borgu. A round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to recognize the host state, Honorable Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperative Trade and Investment, Lagos State, Mrs. Folashade Kausarat Bada Ambrose. No, this is Lagos State. Please join your hands together. I'd like to recognize also the President, Cooperative, Permanent Secretary for Commerce, Cooperative Trade and Investment, Lagos State, Mr. Babatunde Onigbanjo. A round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. Please join me to recognize the President, Cooperative Federation of Nigeria, CFN, Mrs. Hanatu Meshak. Good one. The National President, Institute of Cooperative Professionals of Nigeria, ICOPRON, Dr. Olubumi Fajobi, MNI, FICP. Welcome, sir. The Federal Director of Cooperative, Dr. Mohammed Bashir Abdul Kader. The Provost and CEO, Federal Cooperative College, Ibadan, Dr. Ibrahim Abdul Ganiyu. A round of applause for him. You are welcome, sir. The host State Director for Commerce, Cooperative Trade and Investment, please make welcome Dr. Adeyemi Adeyinka. The host State President, Lagos State Cooperative Federation Limited, Barrister Oladipo Shobule. I'd like to recognize from Oyo State, the Director of Cooperatives, Oyo State, Mr. Lawoyin Idowu. A round of applause for him. Together with the representative of the Cooperative Federation. Also, I'd like to recognize the Director of Ogun State Cooperative, Mr. Samuel Mustafa. Please a round of applause for him. As well as the representative of Ogun State Cooperative Federation, Alhaji Wasiu Olaleye. Please a round of applause for him. Osun State at the far back. Osun State, please, can you put your hands together for yourselves? When their representatives come, Osun is far from here. When they come, we'll get the name and we'll recognize them. Ekiti is hours away. And Undo, they are on their way. Maybe they are bigger now, okay? So please give them a round of applause. We have partners in the building. We'll be recognizing them in the course of the program, but I'd like to recognize the MD CEO, Credit Registry, and the Vice President, FinTech Association of Nigeria, Dr. Jamila Sharif. How you doing? Can you rise up for recognition, please? Okay, très bien. You're welcome. A Area officers, please, let's put our hands together for our area officers. And then distinguished and esteemed cooperators, please jam your hands together. Yes, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, you are very much welcome to this august and auspicious occasion. It's Ministerial Advocacy on Cooperative Bank of Nigeria, Share Capital Mobilization, Sensitization, and the Cooperative Sector Digitalization Drive. A lot is happening here, and this is a national program. This one is talking of the Southwest, bringing together Lagos, the Center of Excellence and Aquatic Splendor, Ogun, Oyo, Ondo, Ekiti, àti ẹ̀yin ará Ọ̀ṣun ẹ̀ nígbẹ̀yìn ó yá ẹ ṣe ara yín láti tó rinlẹ̀. All right, you're very much welcome. On this note, I will be inviting to give the opening remarks by the LASCOFED President, Barrister Oladipo Shubule. Please give a round of applause to Barrister as she comes forward to give the opening remarks for this maiden edition of this landmark event, bringing 6 states together. Can you please continue with the applause, please?
The Honorable Minister, sir, you are welcome to Lagos State. Their Commissioner, the Permanent Secretary, and the Provost from the Cooperative College, LA Ibadan. I am standing in for the President because he is unavoidably absent and asked me to apologize sincerely for his absence. Despite this, we welcome you to Lagos, the Center of Excellence and the #1 cooperative federation in Nigeria. Sir, Lagos State is #1. I'm sure you can see the edifice that we have here. It was built by cooperators and without loan from the bank. I think Lagos cooperators, give yourselves a round of applause. Having said that, we are very, very happy for what the minister has been doing since assumption of office, particularly this sensitization tool for the cooperative bank. It is very important for us to have a cooperative bank. I, as a person, when I entered the university in 1983, Cooperative Bank was the bank that my parents put my money right there in Ife. So when we heard that Cooperative Bank went down, I was not happy. And on behalf of the board of LASCOFED, we want to say that for the minister to take this as a pet project, we are very grateful. And we look forward to working with you to actualize it. How can we say we are giants of Africa without a cooperative bank? So on that note, I want to say, cooperators in Lagos, please let us embrace this. It is going to be our bank, manned by us, managed by us, and interest rates will be determined by us, just as we do in the cooperative movement. Once again, on behalf of the board of LASCOFED, I welcome you to Lagos, sir.
A round of applause for once again. A quick recognition, the president of the Association of Nigeria Cooperative Exporter, Chief Kolaromi Bello Olomoyoyo. What's more, came down for the director of Cooperative or your state, and then the permanent secretary. Please put your hands together for Suna Dariata Kamar Watu Anuna Chiwana Kuskuri. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to, at this juncture, invite to give the goodwill message for this auspicious occasion, the president of Cooperative Federation of Nigeria. She's represented today by Aji Wasiu Olaleye, Ogun State Cooperative Federation. Please put your hands together for him as he comes. Our cooperators, powerful.
The Honorable Minister for State for Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Dr. Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, CON, Baradam Borogu. Honorable Commissioner for Commerce and Cooperative in Lagos State, the Permanent Secretary here present, Federal Director of Cooperative Services, Dr. Abdulkadir Bashir, all the state directors here present. Permit me to use my state director, Mr. Samuel Mustafa, as point of contact, the ICOPROM president, all cooperators in the house, Coop. We are here, there, everywhere. I want to congratulate the Honorable Minister for this occasion. This is walking your talk. You said it in Abuja, and here you are in Lagos. Honorable Minister, congratulations, sir. This advocacy will not go in vain. And this your renewed agenda, this energy that you are giving to it, inshallah, is going to be a successful outing. And the cooperators are here today to listen to you, sir. And we support this agenda because, as said by the earlier speaker, for us not to have a cooperative bank again in Nigeria is not so good for us. The language, the technical know-how that the cooperators are using to operate, it is only a standard cooperative bank that can serve us better. So we congratulate you, we cherish you, and we pledge our cooperation with you. Thank you very much for putting this all together for us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for that one. Okay. Permit me to quickly recognize Obidia Michael. I would like the State Director of Cooperative or your state, Mr. Lawoyin Do, to please come forward. Please a round of applause for him. There's space for you in the front. Thank you. Okay. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to listen to the movers and the shakers of cooperatives in Lagos State. To that end, I'd like to make welcome today the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperative, Trade and Investment, Lagos State, Mrs. Folashade Ambrose. Please, a resounding, a resonating, and a reverberating round of applause for a brilliant, vibrant, radiant, and delightsome and delectable Honorable Commissioner. I appreciate those who are standing, but please keep jamming your hands for her.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please be seated. Although I'm still going to say, coop, coop, coop. I can't hear. Coop, coop, coop. Cooperatives, where? Everywhere. You're most welcome to Lagos, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you all. I'd like to acknowledge the Honorable Minister of State, Agriculture and Food Security, and the Supervising Minister for Cooperative Services, esteemed Senator Dr. Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, CEO. You're most welcome, sir. Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Mr. Babatunde Onibanjo. The Federal Director of Cooperative Services, Alhaji, can I have my glasses, please? Sorry. Alhaji Mohammed Abdul Kadir. The State Director for Cooperative Services, Dr. Adeyinka Adeyemi, and other directors here present. The Provost, Federal Cooperative College, Ibadan, Dr. Ibrahim Abdul Ganiu. The Special Assistant to the Honorable Minister, Mr. Victor Oyegoke. The President Cooperatives Federation of Nigeria, thank you. Mrs. Hainatu Meshak. I'm getting old, pardon me, please. The President, Institute of Cooperative Professionals of Nigeria, Coprom, Dr. Olubumi Fajobi. The President, Lagos State Cooperative Federation, LASCOFED, Barrister Oladipo Shobule, ably represented by Executive Secretary, Mrs. Ebun Akin Falaye. All area officers here present, esteemed leaders of cooperatives here present, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a privilege to stand before you here today, sir, at this 8th regular meeting, convened to deliberate on the Renewed Hope Cooperative Reform and Revamp Program. This gathering comes at a defining moment in our national economic history, when the imperative of inclusive growth, grassroots productivity, food security, financial inclusion, and community wealth creation has become more urgent than ever before. The vision of building a $1 trillion Nigeria economy under the inimitable Renewed Hope agenda of His Excellency, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, cannot be achieved through macroeconomic policy alone. It requires strong economic institutions at the grassroots, and cooperatives remain one of the most effective vehicles for mobilizing citizens, aggregating production, deepening local enterprise, and democratizing economic opportunity. Global cooperatives have demonstrated extraordinary resilience and impact. And according to the International Cooperative Development Reports, more than 1 billion people across the world are members of cooperatives, while the top 300 cooperatives globally generate annual revenues exceeding $2 trillion. In fact, in many advanced and emerging economies, cooperatives account for substantial shares of agricultural production, housing finance, retail distribution, community banking, and small enterprise development. These statistics reaffirm that cooperatives are not relics of the past, they're strategic institutions for the future. And we're all standing here today about ensuring that we achieve
the Ministerial Advocacy for the establishment of the Cooperative Bank of Nigeria. And please, can we give the Honorable Minister an outstanding standing ovation, because this is big. We thank you so much, sir, for your vision and making sure that this is indeed a cooperatives, well, thank you, sir. So please sit down. We're so pleased that you're kicking off this ministerial advocacy in the center of excellence and in the Southwestern region. Because like I say, and I say it again, in many advanced and emerging economies, cooperatives account for substantial shares of agricultural production, housing finance, retail distribution, community banking, and small enterprise development. These statistics reaffirm that cooperatives are not relics of the past. They are strategic institutions for the future. So Nigeria must therefore reposition its cooperative ecosystem, which we're clearly doing today, not merely as social intervention platforms, but as a critical component of national economic transformation. In Lagos State, we have adopted this philosophy. The philosophy with deliberate policy actions aimed at modernizing, strengthening, and repositioning the cooperative movement for greater productivity, transparency, and sustainability. Our approach recognizes that the cooperative sector must evolve beyond traditional thrift and credit administration into a digitally enabled, professionally managed, and investment-ready ecosystem, capable of supporting industrialization, food systems, job creation, and inclusive prosperity. And again, we're delighted that, as you can see, that is also one of the sectors of objective here today, sector digitalization drive that the Honorable Minister is also delivering here today. So one of the most transformative initiatives embarked on by the state government is the digitization of cooperative administration and operations. We recognize that the sustainability and credibility of cooperatives in the 21st century depend significantly on technology integration, data integrity, and operational transparency. Consequently, the state government, through the Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade, and Investment, has intensified the deployment of digital registration processes, electronic documentation systems, member data management platforms, and technology-driven monitoring frameworks. I'm very proud to share to you, Honorable Minister, sir. All to improve efficiency, reduce processing timelines, and strengthen regulatory oversight. This transition is gradually eliminating manual bottlenecks, improving record accuracy, enhancing compliance, and enabling real-time access to cooperative information for planning and policy formulation. When fully deployed and operational, the digitization agenda will also help to improve trust within the cooperative ecosystem. Members will be able to access timely financial records, transaction histories, and operational updates with greater transparency. In an era where financial accountability determines institutional credibility, this reform is restoring confidence and encouraging greater participation, particularly among young entrepreneurs, professionals, and technology-driven cooperative societies. Lagos State firmly believes that the future of cooperatives lies in smart governance systems powered by innovation, automation, and digital inclusion. Beyond digitalization, sir, Honorable Minister, sir, the state government has continued to expand access to finance for cooperative-based micro, small, and medium enterprises through the Lagos State Micro Enterprise Support Initiative. It is a strategic intervention financing cooperative-based lending structures. Thousands of entrepreneurs, artisans, traders, agro-processors, women-led enterprises, and youth-owned businesses have gained access to affordable capital for business expansion and productive economic activities. This financial intervention is also about to be scaled up as the state is set to kick off the disbursement of the 10 billion naira fund under the Lagos State Bank of Industry Access to Finance through for MSMEs through cooperatives called LASCOFED. Thank you. Tomorrow, we're actually formally onboarding the accelerators who we've trained, and we specifically identified, and they've gone through a rigorous screening process as well. They'll be coming in tomorrow to the ministry for a formal signing-in ceremony. And after that, we rolled out media campaigns on request for applications from interested cooperative-based MSMEs. Let me add, sir, that the LASCOFED fund will give out up to 10%, 10 million naira to a single-digit interest rate of 9%, with 6 months moratorium and up to a 2-year window for repayment, non-collateralized. Thank you. Importantly, our financing model leverages the inherent strengths of cooperatives, namely peer accountability, social trust, collective responsibility, and the repayment discipline. This has contributed to improved loan performance and stronger community ownership at development initiatives, particularly at a time when conventional financing remains inaccessible to many at the grassroots enterprise level due to the collateral constraints and high interest rates. The administration of Mr. Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu has also prioritized the promotion of sound management practices, corporate governance, and institutional accountability within the cooperative sector. We understand that access to finance without strong governance structures undermines sustainability, and we have intensified capacity building programs for cooperative leaders, management committees, and supervisory bodies. We conduct regular inspections, advisory support services, and operational reviews. We continue to
cooperative ecosystem. She's mentioned the a few recognitions. We have partners here with us today. We have River Bank Financial Services PHP. Please round of applause for our representative of River Bank. And then for credit registry, credit scoring. We have Sekat Technologies, Mr. Ajumini Taiwo, from the identity and trust layer, we have and from the access channels, we have Kairos Rural Digital Access Platform. Thank you very much. Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for this ministerial advocacy that it's a brand new program, courtesy of the drive of the Honorable Minister. It cuts across this 6 geopolitical zones. So Southwest Nigeria is the maiden edition. The Honorable Commissioner knows why, and the Honorable Minister knows exactly why he has decided that everything should start from Southwest and should start from Lagos. So can you please give him a round of applause for that wonderful initiative and consideration? All right, so from there, it will move in, the train will move in maybe to the north, to the southeast, to the south, to the northeast, to the northwest, and then to the north central. Okay, but since he has considered and given us Lagos to start, ṣùgbọ́n ká tó lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ wọn gbogbo yín tẹ wá láti káàárọ̀ oòjíire akígbo yín pé káàbọ̀ sí ayẹyẹ pàtàkì jọjọ́ òní ó dá mi lójú pé àjọ máa gbádùn ayẹyẹ tòní níwọ̀n ìgbà tí tẹ bá ti rí mínísítà ẹ ti rí president abẹ́ẹ̀kọ́ so tẹ bá ti rí president ẹ ti ṣe oríire. Please can you give once again a round of applause. Idan ba ka fahimci abin da na ce ba na gaya musu cewa idan suka ganka da matsala Allah ba da sarki saka maka da bukata ya taimaka ya sa abin nan da kake son ka yi ka sauka lami lafiya a samu nasara kuma a koba a daba wani program da muka yi a za ka ga South Sudan mu ga shekarin da ake gaisuwa a nan a can ko idan ka je wurin ka ce musu Igbo kunu Anambra so now, this program that we're doing, when you go to the South place, now pidgin and they speak there. They go talk, say, South, we go all those people, they know they carry last. They know they carry last. We just tell them, say, if you go bend this, tell them, say, Urobo Wado. Urobo Wado. Oh.
Merci beaucoup pour toutes les autres ici. Merci aussi pour votre attention que vous méritez. to come in here. My number is
Minister, showing the problem. Well, then the problem is a resounding, resonating round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, okay, let me give you one more ginger. Cooperative. Très bien. The Honorable will now be listening to the keynote address by the Honorable Minister of State Agriculture and Food Security, as well as the Supervising Minister of Cooperative Affairs in Nigeria, Senator Dr. Aliyu Sadi. Nice. And it's a resounding, resonating for him. Take a seat. Please sit down.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على النبي الكريم. Because we are in Lagos, Center of Excellence, Eco for sure. And we are coming from Abuja. Abuja for power. So, the man who said, if you have seen me, you have seen Daddy. He's not lying now. Daddy is Jagaban Borgu. And Baradin Borgu. So, I need you to know that, of course, that is my father. His friend is gone. May his soul rest in peace. Daddy is here, and our duty is to support him to succeed. And succeed, inshallah, he must. Whether they like it or not, whether they want it or not, whether they see it or not, success is what Daddy wants to bring, and success shall come to Nigeria, inshallah. Economic prosperity is what he is saying we should have. And he's right. If you travel from Lagos to Maiduguri to Sokoto, anywhere, Nigeria is rich. But we are not organizing ourselves to allow that reach to reach everybody. So he is having a vision. And he said the vision is the New Hope agenda. Economic prosperity, job creation, poverty eradication, food security, inclusivity, anti-corruption, and of course, build institutions. If you look at all of these things that I've said, is there any sector that is better placed to handle this than the cooperative sector? So we're here on an advocacy tour to share with you how we want to support our dear and visionary president to deliver on his promise of economic prosperity for Nigerians. But before I begin, you know, I would like you to look at your neighbor and ask, are you a cooperator? Find out so that we are sure. If you are not struggling to get be a cooperator because you know to miss what is about to happen. You know, when good things are going to start, some people will say, hey, they will just do like this. Then after the things succeed, then they will now start lobbying and looking. So this is the time for you to open up your heart and allow cooperative to enter you. You know, when the Honorable Commissioner spoke, I just thought maybe I need not come up and speak. I should just say, thank you, Lagos, because she has said everything. So please give her a round of applause for that very wonderful presentation. Now, I have a paper, of course, but sometimes I like to just, because this is what we are doing. While the paper is there for record, I will make reference to it where need be. But let me begin this way. If you remember our various communities, if the woman who is having something to be done for her in her house, what does she do? She brings her peers and friends, isn't it? They come around and help her to do what she wants done in that house for that day. Like in Hausa, they will say, they don't already begin, in essence, they have already begun to put in something. If another person is having, this same group of people will go there again. What are they doing? Is that not cooperation? So in essence, the idea of cooperative is not something that is being in doubt. And our people love the idea. But what has happened over the years is that fraudsters and criminal-minded people have also entered and have created destruction that some people, if you say cooperative, they don't want to hear. Because he has put his little money inside, and today they are telling him story. The man who said South, now broken, they do. Nigerian, we like story. No one want to hear story when it comes to money matter. I get money with you. Give me my money. I don't want to hear a story. Abi? Even a father sending his son, he will say, don't come and tell me story, oh. Is that not? So what I want to say here is simple. We have looked carefully at the promise President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He made promises during his campaign. And part of the things he said he wants to look at is the cooperative sector. And so to bring that promise to reality is the major reason why we packaged the Renew Hope Cooperative Reform and Revamp Program. And I'm sure some of you in this hall participated in the technical working group, the Ministerial Technical Working Group, that packaged this Renewed Hope Cooperative Reform and Revamp Program. And this program, we believe, is designed not just to reform, but to revamp so that the cooperative sector in Nigeria will be a pride to all of us. Under this banner, you will no longer be seen as doing something because you are poor. No, you are doing something because this is a pathway to prosperity. And not just prosperity, but prosperity with peace of mind. Peace of mind is the key. You all recall around 2008, 2009, there was a financial meltdown globally. Go and check the data. Those who were in the cooperative sector and having cooperative bank, they were the most stable. They were the ones that had peace of mind. While other people were suffering and having heart attacks and the like, these people, they were very stable. And this has been properly documented. And so I want to say that what we are driving at and what we are intending to achieve is going to bring peace of mind to families. And every problem that has prevented the cooperative sector from being great will definitely be taken care of. And we want to thank Lagos State for providing the leadership as always. I know you say Eko ni baje. Eh? So I know that I used to hear that. I hope I said it correctly. So what I want to say also is that for the cooperative bank that we have talked about here and the digitalization is the part of the reform. And that's why I came on board. We have looked at legacy problems and we have solved all the legacy problems. CFN, who are the CFN people here? The president, where is the treasurer or representative of the president? Where is he? He has stepped out. Okay, please come. Because you see, if you want to go and bring prosperity, will you go and take it to a place where there is crisis? So CFN, when we came on board, we met some legacy crisis, isn't it? Eh? Have we resolved all the legacy crises? All of the crises. Is there any crisis again? No, come and say it to them. Come over. Because this is very important. It's very important. You remember when the Honorable Commissioner was speaking, she repeated one word. There was something she repeated. Who will remember what she repeated? And she said, I will repeat it again. Themselves. So tell them if there is any crisis anywhere in the cooperative sector.
The Honorable Minister, thank you very much. The crisis was resolved in your office. I was there. So there is no more crisis in the leadership of cooperative movement in Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And we have High Chief here. I want to thank you most sincerely. You are a true father. When you say a royal father, you carry so much weight. But you also be smiling even as you are carrying the weight. And you showed that when we ask for resolution of some of the legacy crises. So in essence, the cooperative sector is now clean. And that is why we are happy to begin the rollout of this reform agenda that we are driving. Now, what I would like to say is the reform program is anchored under 7 strategic pillars, namely cooperative governance and institutional reforms, cooperative financing and the establishment of the Cooperative Bank of Nigeria, cooperative sector digitalization and data management system, capacity building, cooperative education and human capacity development, value chain development, enterprise growth, and market access, youth, women, and persons with disability inclusion and empowerment, and strategic partnership, investment, and global cooperative competitiveness. And I'm happy the Honorable Commissioner re-echoed all of this, and she has made it very clear that Lagos State is fully on board and supporting all of the reform that we are driving. And without preempting, I want to believe the entire Southwest is on board and is supporting the cooperative reform and revamp program under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Is there anybody who is not on board? Those who are on board say aye. Those who are against say nay. They traveled and did not come back. And they will not come back. Now, it is within this framework of this transformation and pillars that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is driving the establishment of the Cooperative Bank of Nigeria and the nationwide cooperative sector digitalization drive as critical enablers of a modern, structured, transparent, and globally competitive cooperative ecosystem in Nigeria. Now, one of the things we want to do is that, let me start with digitalization. And I'm happy Lagos State has started. All we need to do is to ensure there is handshake across the entire landscape of the cooperative sectors across all the states. Why this is important is that if you are in Lagos State, through this national data platform, it will enable you to see anybody coming from any other part of the country that is coming with baggage, because he is also being captured in the ecosystem where he's coming from. So we'll prevent people who want to commit crime here, dash to another location, commit crime there, and dash to another location. That will no longer be possible. So under this framework, all cooperators will have an ID, digital ID. That is to enable you move freely, because some people who are working in Lagos today, Providence may take them maybe to Ekiti State, or for Ekiti State, Providence may take them even to River State. So what happened? And he still wants to benefit from his membership of the cooperative, society. Digitalization is what will enable you to have that seamlessly without any problem. Now, for those who will take credit, disappear, refuse to pay, so that other people will benefit from his payment, the credit registry is here. I want to thank, Dr. Jamila and her team for working with us, so that at the end of the day, anybody who is on the platform will have a credit history. And if there is credit on your name and you've decided, no, I've been transferred to Abuja and I want to belong to a cooperative, tell us your credit report from the last place you are. So the credit registry is on board to help us ensure that the system will have such kind of services. So what we are doing is to bring it to modernity and ensure that everybody will feel safe and comfortable. And I want to say this, because we talked about capacity building, we have 3 cooperative colleges, one in Ibadan, one in Kaduna, and Oju River. They are doing mid-level manpower training. But then, in terms of professionalization, in this reform, we've also recognized and approved that the Institute of Cooperative Professionals of Nigeria, ICOPRON, will be the core professional body that will become the platform through which you can call yourself a cooperative professional. We all know you go to university, polytechnic, you do diploma, HND, BSc, accounting, but if you don't go get ANAN or ICANN, they will say you're not a professional. Is that not? So cooperative owned, now you go on different. Cooperative owned should also be at that level. So are we professionalizing cooperative? You guys are not ready for it. I didn't hear the yes as if I want to even look for space. Yeah. This is the Institute of Cooperative to start, because we want cooperative cooperative society. Hey, you go and do a certificate. And at that level, the professional thing will be in you. So you can be a lower professional at that level. And then we grade it up to the higher one, where you can be in Lagos and handling a mighty cooperative society that you know that yes, is what your qualification. Now, why we are saying this is because we need to take care of the lower level. The one you call bottom of the pyramid. That is where everything is resting. If you don't take care of it, the day this one will crash, it will not be good. And God forbid. So we have already thought about that, and we are thinking through all of that. Now, the aspect of the youth, women, and persons with disability, simply put, is these are people who have their own talent. they have ability, even in the state of their, physical challenge. And we must recognize that, because the principles of cooperative include what? Inclusivity. That inclusion is key. Nobody will come in and say, I want to be a member. You deny him. If you deny him, then you are going against the ethics and practice of cooperative societies. So we have to allow that to happen. And we are partnering with our partners, because together with them, you get not just capacity, they will leverage a lot of their experience for your advantage so that you'll be able to move. And that's why, coming this far, we are working with some of the partners you've seen here: Wema Bank, Sinfix, the Credit Registry, Kaios, and Secat, and some others that are not even here. The essence is that the spirit of cooperation says, extend your hands. And if there is somebody who can add value to you, extend your hand to him. So we are looking at that. Across the world, cooperatives have proven to be powerful economic institutions capable of mobilizing grassroots capital, stimulating local production, creating employment opportunities, reducing poverty, strengthening food systems, and promoting inclusive national development. Now, I'll share one story. There's always a first time for everything. So I've traveled to many countries, but the first time I traveled to Geneva, Switzerland was last year. And what took me there was on seat system, not cooperative this time around. It was seat system. So when we got there, I said, out of curiosity, let me find out what was the cooperative status of this country. And the first thing that came out to me was Switzerland is cooperative and cooperative is Switzerland. So I said, now that they say they will not come for me until the next 4 hours, I said, okay, let me settle down. So I started looking, and I was telling the HC earlier that musicians in Switzerland have cooperative society. Musicians. That's to show you the extent to which they cooperate to do things. And wait for it. I know many of you here, when you are glamming up somebody, they said he has mansion, he has SUV, and he has Swiss account. Is that not? When they say you have Swiss account, you are a big man, Abi? Is that not correct? But do you know what the Swiss account is? It's a cooperative account. But it's in Switzerland. So when I heard that, I said, no wonder. And you will not see not these big structured banks. No, it's cooperative societies. Remember, it says 10 people can start a cooperative society. So it's family owned. And they are thorough, they are serious, they are credible. And that's why people trust them, and that's why people go to them. So when the staff told me that this is it, I said, okay, there's something to learn here. So distinguished cooperators, ladies and gentlemen, someone talked about the cooperative bank before. I think it was the representative of the president here that her mother put all her money there, Abi? Because they were comfortable, and now it's no more. Now, what we are told is simple. That cooperative bank was not a wholly cooperative bank. It was a commercial bank, only cooperative in name. So depositors' money, and when you do all your things, you know what will happen. So in contrast, what we are talking about here is a cooperative bank that is going to be owned by cooperators under their cooperative society, and the money is going to be mobilized by cooperative societies themselves. No government fund is going into that, because if you put government fund, then you have lost the cooperative identity. And that was the message we got when we did the stakeholder meeting all over the place. So for the cooperative bank, is going to be a fully owned cooperative bank owned by cooperative societies in Nigeria, run professionally by cooperators, under the supervision of our national laws, of course. If it is banking regulations or whatever, you meet. If it's insurance or deposit or whatever, you do. Incidentally, you know, the Insurance Act, the new one, has brought in new ways of doing things. And I think the National Commissioner of Insurance was in my office. We've had a meeting, and that act has provision that will protect the new cooperative bank we are going to be establishing when we finally do, because they have a provision to look into the affairs of such kind of bank. So we're not leaving anything untouched. We are touching everything to make sure that at the end of the day, what we are asking you to get into is something that it will give you peace of mind and allow you to sleep with all your eyes closed, not wondering if the next day something is going to happen. For too long, the cooperative movement in Nigeria has operated without a dedicated and structured financial institution that truly understands and reflects cooperative realities and aspirations. This initiative seeks to change that narrative. However, we are also mindful of past experiences. Previous cooperative banking models encountered challenges largely due to a departure from core cooperative principles and governance structures, gradually losing their identity to conventional commercial interest. This time, we are deliberate, strategic, and forward-looking. The proposed Cooperative Bank of Nigeria is structured to preserve cooperative ownership, strengthen governance, ensure transparency, and operate within modern financial and regulatory standards. The ownership structure has therefore been carefully designed as follows: 65% controlling equity for cooperative societies, unions, federations, and individual cooperators to preserve cooperative identity and ownership control. So what we have done is we studied the Kenya model. They created a holding company, a cooperative society holding company. So cooperative societies subscribe to that holding company, society. And through that, this 5% shareholding was acquired. So that is the first one. Then we are having 30% non-controlling equity for private institutional investors, development finance institutions, impact investors, and qualified individuals willing to participate within the cooperative principles. So it's not because you don't belong to a cooperative. If you want to participate, the cooperative principle, the cooperative identity is there. Do you agree with it? Yes, there you are in. So those are the caveats. If you are not in, you won't come and say tomorrow that no, you want to do things the way the other side is doing. It's two different models. So we have to preserve the cooperative, identity. Then we are also saying 5% equity participation for employees across the cooperative bank and affiliated cooperative enterprises to ensure institutional commitment and sustainability. And this is done so that they will feel a sense of ownership. So this is what we have proposed. Now, this structure guarantees that while cooperatives retain control and identity, investors can also participate meaningfully and benefit from sustainable returns. Distinguished stakeholders, this is more than a banking initiative. It is the foundation for a broader cooperative economic ecosystem. Through the proposed cooperative bank, the Cooperative Trust and Investment Society of Nigeria, COP Trust, cooperatives investments will also extend into critical sectors such as cooperative housing, cooperative transport, cooperative retail and stores, cooperative travels and logistics services, agro-processing and value chain development, digital platform cooperative services. So what we are proposing is that Cooperative Trust and Investment Society will now be the holding company that will hold the 65% in the shareholding structure. Then the other percentage, people will also subscribe, individual cooperative societies mainly, but individuals who are willing to agree to the cooperative principles will also have the opportunity to have a bite at the cake. And we think this works in Kenya. They've been operating for more than 50 years. And if they have not crumbled in spite of everything, it means that is a sustainable system. And what we are asking for is a sustainable system. In particular, those who want to retire. Most times in organizations, people open up cooperative society so that when they are retiring, they are able to have a house, they are able to have some basic things, and so on and so forth. So that's what we are looking at. Now, I wish to emphasize clearly that the initiative is government enabled, so we are only enabling it, but not government funded. So we are not asking government to fund the cooperative bank. The cooperative bank is going to mobilize funds from the cooperative ecosystem based on the structuring we have talked about. Government is not establishing the bank as an owner, nor will it rely on treasury single account funds. So that has to be made very clear. And this is the capital mobilization we are talking about. And you can imagine the number of Nigerians who are interested in the cooperative sector and whose interest has been killed because either the cooperative leaders are not doing well or somebody has even squandered their money. If we are able to get back into rebuilding and revamping most of the cooperative societies across the various states, I'm sure one day you will get some people coming back to say, come, you are holding too much. Give us some part of the equity. I'm sure that will happen because success has no enemy. Abi? A child that is successful belongs to everybody in the village. But if it's a failure, and they are saying, Mr. Mustafa, is that not your neighbor's son that they said stole something there? The man will say, which of my neighbor? He said, that's your neighbor. He said, which one? I don't know the neighbor you are talking about. I don't know anything. But if it was success, you think he will say so? In fact, he will jump up and say, me and the father. In fact, the day they married the mother, I was the one who even drove the car. So success is a friend to everybody. So I want to say this very clearly. Now, the role of government through the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is to provide policy support, stakeholder coordination, regulatory facilitation, and an enabling environment under the Renewed Hope Cooperative Reform and Revamp Program. And for the state, the second pillar of this reform agenda is the digitalization of the cooperative sector. We cannot build a modern, globally competitive cooperative economy using outdated analog system. And I want to thank Lagos State once again for showing us the way. One of the major initiatives confronting the cooperatives, one of the major limitations confronting the cooperative sector today is the absence of credible, centralized, and verifiable data. And if we have to belong to the global cooperative family, then we must give them cause to trust what we are doing because we have a credible and verifiable data. Without reliable data, effective planning becomes difficult, investment attraction becomes weak, transparency and accountability are undermined, and cooperatives remain largely excluded from the formal economic and financial architecture. While we know we are operating within the cooperative principles, but we need to have handshake with the formal financial sector. To address these challenges, we are proposing a comprehensive cooperative sector digitalization framework as part of this initiative. We are introducing two major digital identity systems as the foundational layer: cooperative verification number, the verification number will serve as a unique digital identity for every registered cooperative society in Nigeria. And what we need to do is to bring, you know, people who are in this space, we tell you, you need to do a system that every other place will be able to have handshake with. So we'll be talking to Lagos State to ensure that as we are doing this, we adopt the same coding or whatever, you know, indexing system that has to be done to identify. And we are also going to be relying on the Nigerian Identity Management, you know, Commission, NIMC, so that whatever it is that we are doing is totally integrated, and anywhere you are, you'll be able to operate. If you see some people, if you travel, doing shakara with ATM card, Abi, go and check. Now their village cooperative give them. I'm telling you. But because it is properly structured, even at that village level, it has everything that any other person can boast of. And I think that's the kind of system we should begin to also think about. Now, the cooperative verification number will verify genuine cooperative societies, and that's why the state, this is where the states come in as we are registering. So as part of the enablement, we're going to look at how we are going to support states to be able to ensure what they already have as analog we now fit into the digital process, so that at the end of the day, cooperative societies that have already been registered will now begin to have, you know, that identity. Now, it will also improve monitoring and regulation, strengthen credibility and investor confidence, and enable access to structured government interventions. And I think that's what exactly Lagos State has already started doing. Cooperative Member Identification Number, COP ID. The COP ID will provide every cooperator in Nigeria with a unique membership identity linked to their cooperative activities. The COP ID system will strengthen cooperative member identity, management, enhance financial inclusion, support access to financial and social interventions, improve traceability and accountability, and most importantly, integrate cooperators into the national economic database. Both the CVN and COP ID systems will be integrated with the national identity number architecture to ensure proper harmonization with national data systems. And I think if we are able to do this, it will enable people to be able to do things seamlessly. And anywhere you are, you know those who understand what you are going to be doing, and they'll be working together with you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the importance of digitalization drive cannot be overemphasized. With accurate cooperative data, government can plan better. Apart from that, investors can make informed decisions because they now know that, yes, if people who are involved in this sector are mobilized, they already know how they do their things, because the cooperative sector is so unique. And those who are succeeding know that they are succeeding because you have somebody who is thinking like you, who is acting like you, who understands you, and you understand him or her. Now, the cooperative sector can take its rightful place within what we are doing. And most importantly, this framework will provide the state backbone necessary for the sustainability and scalability of the proposed Cooperative Bank of Nigeria. So if we are able to do this, it becomes much easier for the cooperative bank that comes on board to now have a base upon which everything is doing is going to be well structured. Therefore, I want to call on all cooperators, stakeholders across the Southwest Zone, and indeed across the country, to embrace this reform process with seriousness, unity, and commitment. And I'm happy to see the number of turnout, and I want to thank you most sincerely. Please, I'll need you to give a round of applause to yourself. To investors and our development partners, I invite you to see this initiative not merely as a banking project, but as a long-term national economic transformation platform. And this much, the management of Wema Bank told us this morning when I visited their headquarters. And I want to thank Wema Bank for the confidence in us in driving this reform agenda on behalf of our president. And to all cooperators, this is the time to realign. This is the time for you to claim the strength, relevance, and economic power of the cooperative movement in Nigeria. You've been saying they did not pay attention to us. They've neglected us. They don't care about us. But do you care about yourself? Have you not neglected yourself? So this is the time to prove that. So are we going to neglect ourselves again? Are we going to care for ourselves? This is our time. And we want to thank Mr. President for saying renewed hope is here. And now as cooperators, you know, there was a party in my neighbor's house. And Bingo from my house went to my neighbor and said, when I enjoy, you see, I don't see anything for ground. Do you remember that joke? Who is the, okay, the Hausa people called Agani Akasa. Because the dog in the house where there was one bear, if he's not able to pick any bone and you tell him he enjoyed it, what will he tell you? You say, I did not see it. Do you understand now? So in Hausa, they will say Agani Akasa. Okay? Asking the dog that there was a party in their house. So all other dogs came and said, my brother, you really enjoyed yesterday. And the guy said, I did not see anything on ground. You understand now? So there is a party under Renew Hope, and we are now beginning to see something on the ground. It's our own. Let's not throw it away. Finally, I want to thank all of you for one thing. You have kept faith in spite of all the challenges. That is resilience, isn't it? That is resilience. And that is a key asset that we are going to work on to ensure we succeed. Together, we can build a cooperative sector that is inclusive, a cooperative sector that is structured, digitally driven, financially empowered, and that contributes significantly to national development. On this note, I want to officially declare this Ministerial Advocacy tour on the Cooperative Bank Share Capital Mobilization, Sensitization, and Cooperative Sector Digitalization Drive flag off starting with the Southwest Zone today. And I want to thank you most sincerely for coming. I want to say, Come. Whichever one you are looking for, when you come to the cooperative sector, we get them. If you big, we get them. If you small, we get them. Abi, we have everything. So let's claim it. And I want to tell you this. By the special grace of God, we will all assemble again and celebrate the fact that we are here, we were here, we saw, we conquered. We came, we saw, and we conquered. I don't have any doubt, because anytime I look at cooperators, they are doing so many things to them, they don't remember them. But they refuse to forget about themselves. They held on. And that's why we can say there are cooperative societies, isn't it? This time around, it will be different. So I want to assure you, from this Southwest, by the grace of God, we are moving to the northwest. And the train will go on until we cover all the 6 geopolitical zones. So Lagos State, I know, by the time we come out with the advertisement, based on the technical consultant that will soon be taking to bring out the details, I'm sure Lagos State will come top. But most importantly, I know the Southwest will not allow themselves to be left behind, because you have the father of cooperative and you have been foremost in cooperative. However, I want to tell you, I'm from Niger State. We will make sure we compete with you. Because, you know, we have land. Our land is 76,000 square kilometers. Eh? See, I can dash you 2 hectares free. Are you going to relocate? All right. The beauty is this. From what we are talking about, I see a situation where, because 70% of cooperative societies operate in agriculture, I see an opportunity where, because of what my governor, the former governor of Niger State, is doing, you will be here as a cooperative society with interest in Niger State economy. That is the kind of things we are looking at. And you know, it is not possible if we don't do this digitalization, if we don't have the cooperative bank. The moment we are able to do that, then wherever there is economic prosperity, you will be sitting in one place and your hand is reaching those places. With this, I want to thank you most sincerely, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Minister, for that fantastic message delivery and interaction. Very interactive, right? Give him an interactive round of applause. Permit me call up the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperative Trade Investment, Lagos State, Ms. Folashade Ambrose, to join him for photo ops. And I'd like to especially recognize today the Royal Father of the Day, Royal High Chief Adebola Arolugbagbe Oye Uluwan Teodolu of Ijesha land. God bless you, sir. Permanent Secretary, please kindly join. Tunde Onigbanjo. Okay, Director, kindly join too. Is this centered? Press. Is this centered? Okay, partners can now join. Yes, Emma, sir, please. Okay, ICOPROM president. ICOPROM president. Kindly join, sir.
No viewers for Lagos, no viewers for anywhere. You understand? You kids. I do. Oh, shit. Before I get it, Àlàyé lọ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Torí Èkó lélẹ̀, wọ́n ní Èkó làwọ̀, àkàndí Èkó lélẹ̀, àṣẹ Èkó làwọ̀, òkè Èkó lélẹ̀, wọ́n ní Èkó làwọ̀, àìkàndé Èkó lélẹ̀, ọmọ Èkó làwọ̀, ọmọ voice.
What's it on?
Information. They enter the club. I do give them about that shit. Oh, when you go. What's lost you know? Don't know we get to. Go to my phone. Yeah, no, it's all one need a cola. I got a cola. I say cola. Okay, cola. One need a cola. I need a cola. Oh no, cola. Take him a copa ricata. She come on, she touch, but you will she be your loose. I want to laugh our love. Tó bá ní fagbó, má lọ mọ tí tó bá lówó má lọ máa pé pàtí ẹ lọ́lẹ̀ orí máa mú ẹ̀dẹ̀ o. Èkó lélẹ̀, Èkó làwọ̀.
Please, there be a big chat now.
Èkó làwọ̀, Èkó lélẹ̀, wọ́n ní Èkó làwọ̀, àìkàndé Èkó lélẹ̀, ọmọ Èkó làwọ̀. Kí máa kó parí kàtà.
No be wise for Lagos, no be wise for anywhere.
Please, let's all settle down. The Honorable Minister and Honorable Commissioner have the technical session is, yes, they just want to have their own question and answers, media chat. The rest of us, let's settle down, please, so that we can fast track our activities for today.
Torí Èkó lélẹ̀, wọ́n ní Èkó làwọ̀, àkàndí Èkó lélẹ̀, àṣẹ Èkó làwọ̀, òkè Èkó lélẹ̀, wọ́n ní Èkó làwọ̀, àìkàndé Èkó lélẹ̀, ọmọ Èkó làwọ̀, ọmọ boy. Information. They enter the club. Give them about that shit. Oh, when you go. What's lost you know? Don't know we get to. Go to my phone. Yeah, no, it's all one need a cola. I got you a cola. I say cola. Okay, cola. One need. She be I want to laugh our love. Tó bá ní fagbó, má lọ mọ tí lówó má lọ mọ pé tí ẹ lọ́lẹ̀ orí máa mú ẹ̀sìn kan. Èkó lélẹ̀, Èkó làwọ̀, Èkó lélẹ̀, àti Èkó làwọ̀, Èkó lélẹ̀, wọ́n ní Èkó.
Thank you. Director Cooperative Southwest. Please join the minister outside. He needs your attention. Director Cooperative Southwest. Please join the Honorable Minister outside. The Honorable Minister is sharing this panel. So please, everybody settle down.
Torí Èkó lélẹ̀, wọ́n ní Èkó làwọ̀, àkàndí Èkó lélẹ̀, àṣẹ Èkó làwọ̀, òkè Èkó lélẹ̀, Money, a cola, money, a cola, no, a cola, oh my boys, I'm from it. Yes, love. I do eat them about that shit. Oh, when you go, what's lost you know? No, we can't do, Go to him. Yeah, no, a cola. Money, a cola, a cola, I say cola, oh, Eko aroni oh, Eko ni bàjẹ́ o. Ṣìkòmọ̀ṣìtà, ojú ẹlẹ́gbà, mo ṣe bí olóṣù, ọmọ túbúlá fa wàhálà. Tó bá ní fagbó, má lọ mọ tí mo lọ. Tó bá lówó, má lọ máa pé pàtí ẹ̀ lọ́lẹ̀ orí máa mú ẹ̀mí o. Ó lè lé. Èkó làwà o. Èkó lélẹ̀. Àti Èkó làwà o. Èkó lélẹ̀. Wọ́n ní Èkó làwà o. Wọ́n ní Èkó lélẹ̀. Ọmọ Èkó làwà o. Kí máa kó barikata. No be wise for Lagos, no be wise for anywhere. Understand? I'm going to
Teamloaded.com.
go inside. Double sweater. I'm young. Ordinary. No. I can picture this without you, my life. Oh, baby. We under dialogue. I know people get you. If I speak English, you will. You don't know what. I know what punish you will. I want to punish you. If you see my baby, you go shut up. I'm about to be make up for me, baby, like now, no. Finish what for me, oh, tomato. Put that thing back, oh.
DIGITALIZATION aging.
Hello, with everybody for help. Body just be shake bell. But it's not going to help. Bell, deliver like I get bell. Them say I take go sell. Them say I take go sell. I'm gonna make you Joe Dada. There you get the car. Pretty passy, they it's to this me love our. But them falling you know what's because they do. Only reason why them they call me alone. While you be feeling, I'm still leading, kill anything. I know fitness. You know, go fit in my shoes. And fashion give me shoes. Wanna sleep someday and tomorrow. It's me looking for tonight. I'm gonna make you do that. Hey, you can give me power. Sweetie, passing, I'm gonna get to the shady bag. If you take the love hour. We know I can't do.
Junior boy, more family feel like
I be the girl them sugar.
ancestor.
I gonna go with my sugar. Ayé tí mo wá mi ò wá jẹyà. Mo ti ṣe ìbò mi pẹ̀lú rápadà. Mo dẹ̀ ti fọwọ́ wẹ̀ lágbàlagbà. Mo ní bàbá ti ṣèlérí pé mo máa débẹ̀. Mo ti lọ mọ yín lọ. Ẹ má lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo ti fèèyàn mi mọ̀ ṣọ́nà. Mo ti dáwọ́ lé ayé. Mo ti mọ̀yàn. Mo ti dáwọ́ lé ayé. A ní mo ti fèèyàn mi mọ̀ ṣọ́nà. Mo ti dáwọ́ lé ayé. Mọ̀yàn. Mo ti dáwọ́ lé ayé. Mo pè ní ṣọ́nà.
Ìtàjẹ́gẹ́dẹ́, rí sí náà tí n kò ní jẹ. So that we can fast track. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Technology. So we're having the technological session now.
Okay. So one of the seats. All right, we'll be having the technological session now. It will be chaired by the Honorable Minister. So I'll be calling the discussants to please come from financial and credit intelligence layer. I'll be inviting Dr. Jamila Sharif Ayedun from Credit Registry, Credit Scoring and Risk Analysis to please come forward. Please put your hands together for the MD, CEO, Credit Registry, and also the Vice President, FinTech Association of Nigeria, Dr. Jamila Sharif Ayedun. Please, if your hands are not busy, please put it together for her as she comes. Representative of Wema Bank Financial Services Gateway. Are you in the building, please? The representative of Wema Bank. Is the representative of Wema Bank in the building? Yeah, okay, I can't see representative of Wema Bank. Okay, I'll be inviting from Seka Technologies, Mr. Ajomale Taiwo. A round of applause for Mr. Ajomale Taiwo, please. Mr. Ajomale Taiwo? Yeah, please. Please a round of applause for him. Identity and trust layer, the MD or representative of SimFix. Representative of SimFix. If you're in the building, can you please join us here? SimFix. And then for access channels, the representative of Chaos Rural Digital Access Platform, the representative of KOS Rural Digital Access Platform. Are you in the building? Okay, so we don't have one person. Okay, in that end, Wema Bank, yes, I can't find. Wema Bank, are you in the building? Not yet, or no? All right. So to chair this session is the Honorable Minister of State, Agriculture and Food Security and the Supervising Minister of Cooperatives in Nigeria, Senator Dr. Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi Siwen, the Banadan. Please, if your hands are not busy, put your hands together for him. So I will not be timing the honorable. He's the one chairing it, so he will time himself. He came since yesterday from Abuja. Will I now tell him he has 30 minutes? Is it possible? Lagosians, is it possible? Is it possible? Ekiti, is it possible? Are we in a...
Very distinguished operators. Now, basically, hello. I think that one is more. This one is having patch too much. Patch. All right. Basically, the essence of this session is for us to have it as an engaging and interactive session. And so at this stage, we have some experts who are here who will be playing very critical roles. I will yield the mic to them to say one or two things in terms of what their roles would be within both the digitalization and then the cooperative bank. At the end of the day, we will be throwing back the opportunity to you esteemed cooperators to ask questions so that we'll respond to them. The essence is that at the end of the day, when the cooperative bank comes on board, let it be that all of us are proud that we owned it. So, if you want to be a part owner of the Cooperative Bank of Nigeria, can I see your hand in the air? Una sabi good thing, no? Thank you very much. So I will start from my extreme left so that introduce yourself and perhaps what role you are playing and will be playing so that we are giving assurance to the stakeholders that whatever we are doing is designed to ensure that your interests
registry. Very simply, part of this if you can trust that the person who you gave money to is going to pay you back, then you can have business. So just know that comes to admin access and creating digital giants in the future when it comes to it. So thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to say this. You know, when you ask something, the tendency is that people want something different, but they lose interest in your interest. However, this advocacy is to show you that we're doing this transparently to ensure that this is our vision into practical action that will be beneficial to you. So I will not want to say much. Now, it's time. So what I do is I will discussion in batches, take 5 people, then if one of them or to me, and then we will take that and come back for another batch. But to make it organized, I will start from those who are at the back. So those you can indicate what I will give you. What will this like? Start the question. So please, anybody have a question you want to ask? Yes, you are number 1. You are number 2. Okay. I'm not saying any man at that back line. Only Thank you. So tell us who you are and who you are directing the question to.
Okay. Thank you very much, organization, Honorable Minister, and all colleagues. My name is Ayo Ashadi. Identification. We are already having tax identification. We have national identification. This is another identification. Do you intend to manage? Or we're going to be having a tree and we have to know them. These are and cashew nut, because being agriculture, cooperative offers support, and if you look at the goals in yourself and who support this other one. Then for the BBN stuff, we have debits, people that are owning the co. So the corporation is bad. And assist us in recovering such loan. Thank you. Thank you very much. The next person.
All protocols. My name is Managers Cooperative. My question is this to the commissioner, sir. Yes. To the minister. The cooperative and that I will the analysis you give during your speech. It says 65 for cooperative and to the cooperators and 5% to the generality. My question is this: is that 65 to individual? The union or can the individual member be a member of the cooperative bank or as a team or as a unit?
My name is Sam.
I don't get it because. So my question is, how can we get so when we are not to do something?
But so that receiving by the computers, 65% of the people report. Share membership of the corporate.
All right, thank you very much. So this is the first set. Answer this question. Different identity. I think I will come to the registry to give us insight.
So I think that the question is, that was directed in regards to, you have debts today. Once this is started, how can you be able to recover on those debts? How many in the room find themselves in that situation today? You have advanced some form of credit or loans to someone and they have yet to pay back, or they're not paying back. Is there anyone else in the room that's having that experience? Okay, there are a few. So just know that there's a few things that's supporting this initiative. One, there's an act of law that when it comes to advancing any form of credit, you can report that information to an institution like Credit Registry. It is our job to take not only your current loans, but any former loans that you have given, you are allowed to be able to put that on this initiative, on this platform. That's going to do a few things for you. Anyone that is performing well, they are paying you and they're paying on time. That's going to give them a footprint that is in this cooperative, essentially platform that would allow them to go anywhere, whether they're in Lagos or whether they're in Sokoto or whether they're anywhere else within Nigeria and even internationally, and they will be trusted when it comes to getting access to credit. And I think that's a powerful, powerful move. This is what has been, honestly, in my opinion, setting Africa back. The fact that we can't go anywhere in the world and be trusted just from who we are is a detriment to us because we work hard, we have families, we are, we're able to be trusted in our country. We need to be able to be trusted anywhere. So that's a powerful thing. The second thing is going to do for you, if anyone owes you money, every institution that is on this platform will not be willing to give them any more money, which means that they will come back to pay. Because what happens is that when they go somewhere else, they're going to come to this platform and see that they're owing you money and they're not paying you as when due. So who wants to do business with someone like that? So that's going to force those members to come back and do the right thing and pay you so they can now be able to utilize the system that enables and grows this economy. So thank you very much.
Anybody others? Do you have anything you want to take on that? All right. You have a mic, yeah?
I would like to address the question regarding having multiple identity across different platforms. The unique cooperative ID we intend to create for every cooperative member become their unique ID. Yes, we know you have identity across multiple platforms, but there will be room for integration to make everything into a single ID. So at every point in time, when every cooperator is doing transaction within the cooperative ecosystem, we are sure that it is the right person that is carrying out that transaction at every point in time. Thank you.
I think what is important for us to know is this. When you are operating in the cooperative sector, remember it's a different sector. And it will be important you have that ID because there are other privileges that the sector will enjoy, which unless you have that identification, you cannot lay claim to it. And that's why the International Cooperative Alliance is very clear about the cooperative identity. And in the new act we are proposing, the cooperative identity will be clearly included to make it unambiguous that you are actually operating as a cooperator and you are within the cooperative ecosystem. Now, this is important because if we don't do that, other people who are not operating within the cooperative principles and identity may want to onboard themselves on us and through that create problems. Now, this brings me to the question asked by the person from Orem who said they want to register and they are being prevented. If you have been prevented, as far as I'm concerned, that is an illegal act. It's not legal. The Corporate Affairs Commission does not register cooperative societies. It is the Nigerian Cooperative Societies Act that empowers the Federal Director of Cooperatives and the State Directors of Cooperatives to register cooperative society. And to bring it credibility, that is why we say we are reforming it so that it becomes a digital process, not the analog that we are doing now. And perhaps some people are actually counterfeiting or even, creating fake registrations and doing so many other things. Now, I would like to put it on record that we visited the Honorable Minister of Investment, Industry, Trade and Finance, and it was very clear. The Corporate Affairs Commission was there, and they made it very clear that you don't have to register with them as a cooperative society. So banks that are doing that as an illegal act. And that's why we are taking it on. We are not leaving it on board. We are going to definitely track this issue and make sure that it is done with. But let me say, there is no legal basis for that decision. Because the cooperative societies are registered under the authority of the Nigerian Cooperative Societies Act, which is a law of parliament. Corporate Affairs Commission was also a law. So I think people need to and state directors of cooperatives, please, if there is any state that is having similar case, you can share the report with our office so that we can take it up with the respective authorities of these agencies that are creating frustration for our cooperative societies. Okay? All right. Now, there was question around the shareholding. The shareholding is in 3 layers. What we are saying is the first layer, we are going to create a cooperative trust and investment society that will serve as the cooperative holding company. Now, that holding cooperative society is where subscription by the various cooperative societies, big cooperative societies, they will subscribe to that, cooperative society as members. And so in subscribing to that 65%, their membership will offer them opportunity to subscribe to certain amounts. That will form the 65%. Now, the other 35%, we didn't say non-cooperators. No. It's a mixed bag. Individual cooperative society that are not part of the holding company or holding society can decide also we want to be part of this. And they can individually now take advantage of the other 35% and register. Individuals that are not part of any cooperative society but agree that the principle of cooperation is okay to them, where those principles of cooperation and all the other things, democracy, one vote, one man, and so on and so forth. They agree with that, and they are ready to put their money here. That's why we say non-controlling. Now, because it's non-controlling, he will not get a percentage that will make him to come back and say, no, I don't agree. It has to be this, it has to be that. No. The other one is 5% that we are reserving so that those who will be working in the bank will now have a sense of ownership and a sense of belonging in is being done. So I think two people asked that question. I don't know if that answers the point. Now, I don't know to others, maybe starting from you. Is there any question directed at you that you want to answer? All right, and you? All right. So let's take the next batch. I hope we have done justice to your questions. Which one? Well, I've answered that, but let me reiterate. What I'm saying is that we have layered the bank as follows. The substructure of the ownership. 65% is going to come under a cooperative trust as a holding society. So membership of that society will be cooperative societies. Now, they are the ones that will now make provision for the 65% of the total share capital, okay, of the bank. Then the other percentage, I think about 30-something%, okay? They are the ones that we said individual cooperative societies that are not part of the cooperative holding society may decide to have a bite at the shareholding. And individuals also, that is where they will have opportunity. At the end of the day, none of them will have a controlling share to distort the cooperative identity. By saying 65%, we've already secured the cooperative identity. Then we are saying 5% for those who will be working in the cooperative bank, employees, so that they will have a sense of belonging. If it's good, the goodness rubs on them. I think that is a way of carrying them along. So that is the advantage. And that's why we said the 65%. All big cooperative societies that have funds, they are the ones that will now subscribe. And in the registration of the Cooperative Trust and Investment Society, like a co-hold, they will be the members of that society. And it is from them the 65% shareholding will come from. Then the other percentage will come from individuals, including you as a cooperator who will want to subscribe. I hope it's clear now. All right. So let's take the second batch. All right, let me get up so that I can give number. Okay, I will start from somebody here. Okay, number one. This one front is too much. All right. Number two. I will come back. If I don't call you, please don't be angry. I'll come back to you. Number two. Number three. Number four. Number five. I'll come back to you. Okay? So please give them the mic. Don't repeat question, no. You don't say the person will fail, now they repeat.
My name is Adekunle Oladele. Hello. My name is Odubi Adekunle Oladele from Ishaje Cooperative Society. I think one of what I want to say, one of the cooperators have said it, related to team. I think the Honorable Minister have said something good about it. But my second question now is that in this Renew Hope cooperative, what does we have for the built environment? Those cooperatives that are intending in housing development. As we know that housing development is part of growth and wealth to a nation. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Please, you know your number. Are you number 2? You are not number 2, my brother. You are not number 2. Please, let's be honest. I appeal to you personally that I'm coming back to you, so I know you are not number 2. Please, we are not hearing you.
My name is Olalere Adewa from Albarka, Ibadan Apete in Oyo State. We want to sincerely thank the Honorable Minister for this opportunity. My question goes thus. Number 1, when you are talking to Rosa, that is not going to be the government. But as we all know, for anybody to establish a bank in Nigeria today, it is going to be a how you people of present not reality in both instances. You are equally mentioning about the 9% for the benefit that is going to be accruing to someone. I want to have, because of the Islamic nature of some of the cooperators, how are we going to be benefiting from this that from this bank when it's how are the two managed in the body to thank you.
Number 3.
Good afternoon, the Honorable Minister. Yes, mine is not a question, but from the Federal Minister.
You don't have a complete voice, unfortunately. Come and take another one here.
Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike.
Yes, my name is Zuliha Olufumilayo Ibrahim, the erstwhile director of Cooperative Lagos State. Mine is not a question, it's a support from the Federal Ministry. I want to talk about TIN, which is the thing. Before I left the office, I've witnessed so many problems about the thing. The new cooperative societies that were registered by us, the states, were having challenges being for the opening of accounts in various cooperative, various banks in the states. And we tried to explain to them that this is cooperative, it is not CAC. And in another gathering, I was opportune to meet with the FRS people and even the person in charge of the TIN. And what they told me is that I should go back to our minister, that what they have in their system is mainly for the CAC, that there's no way our own registration could enter their system. So we should go back to the basics. So that's what I'm trying to employ you to help us out about the thing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I think I will be addressing that later. But let me say that is the reason for the digitalization. Because most of your operations are analog. So how can you enter? They can't trace it. They can't track it. So that's what we are trying to solve. Number 4.
My name is Sulaiman Abdulmajid. CIC by for this initiative. When we are talking of it is the present one is not like the former one. Our forefathers in Ibadan land are the pioneer of cooperative bank in Ibadan. The person of Chief Obiseson is well known in the history of cooperative. But my question is this: in as much that the new cooperative bank is a welcome idea, a bank to be funded by corporators and managed by the cooperative professionals, how is it going to be Sharia compliance? We, the interest-free cooperative societies, we are confronted with many issues. Only the Jais and Alternative Bank of Sterling is the one that are taking care of us. How is this cooperative bank going to be of benefit to us? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Number 5.
Good afternoon, Honorable Minister of State for Agric and Food Security. My name is Odedino Olusegun. I was privileged to be at our gathering in Abuja at the National Council of Cooperative Affairs, where representing Lagos State, where the memos were adopted and the issue of the cooperative bank was equally adopted. I want to appreciate the Honorable Minister for his interest. Is very, very passionate about the cooperative. But like I said at that forum, I want to repeat myself again, sir. Your appointment as a minister, the tenure lapse in the next probably 1 year or so. And we might not be so lucky to have someone as passionate as you are. And I think it's a call for us to put in place institutions that will outlive your legacy, because I see this as a legacy that you are trying to put in place. I want to plead with the Honorable Minister to please look at institutions that will support this so that this will be a going concern. Secondly, the issue of the cooperative bank. I know that CBN, Central Bank of Nigeria, licenses cooperative society banks. And over time, there is always the recapitalization requirements. I think sometime this year, most banks were asked to recapitalize to the tune of 500 billion, national banks. And we have regional banks playing probably in the region of 200 billion. I see this as a challenge for us, probably in future. And we need to put in place measures to safeguard the ownership of this bank. If we cast our minds back, the former cooperative bank started with cooperative ownership. And because of calls for recapitalization over the years, they could not meet up with the recapitalization requirements. Hence, other parties came on board to hijack that bank from the cooperatives. We need to look at this critically, that going forward, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, would we be able to play nationally or regional banks? And if we are playing in the national sphere, would we be able to probably raise 1 trillion to still maintain our status as a national bank? We must be mindful of this, sir, because
there is still, within the cooperative fold, the cooperative identity is still lacking. It's still lacking. And you have said that most of these funds are going to be raised through the CITS, that is the Cooperative Trust Investment Banks, societies. I'm sure quite a lot of regions don't have those cooperative and investment societies. Only probably the Southwest, where we have the Odua investment that the CITS that translated to the Odua investment that is in the Southwest. So we need to look at this. It's an SPV. It's an SPV and holding company, like you said. How would the players within the respective states key into this? Because issues of ownership structure too would arise. So in the technicalities for the formation of these banks, we may need to consider all these things going forward. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Now, let me be very clear. The cooperative movement across the entire federation is well known. And we have very successful cooperative societies. What we are saying is, out of the lot, those who are doing very well are the ones that will come in to constitute the 65% holding we're talking about. Now, it's for them to subscribe. And we're not restricting it because it's part of the ecosystem. That is number one. Number two, I agree with you that yes, the aspect of digitalization and the like might be an issue. But these are part of the engagements that we are also going to have in the process of all of these things that we are doing. And because it's coming under a renewed hope agenda, provisions have to be made for special financial institutions because the cooperative, identity does not operate within the regular financial principles. So that is clear. And even the deposit, we were in touch with based on the new Insurance Act, the Deputy Insurance Corporation, for example, that require certain, they have some provisions. They've shown us the provisions that will accommodate the emergence of a cooperative bank within the operations of a deposit system. So I think we are looking at all of this. But if we sit down and say, oh, there is this, there is that, we will not work. And what we are saying as a country is that space have to be provided for everybody to operate. The big ones are there, but you also have to allow those who are operating within certain principles to operate. And at any rate, this is not new. I've just cited the example of Kenya. Kenya has a cooperative bank that has been operating over the past 50 years. They've been operating more than 50 years. And they are doing very well. And other countries are also having similar type of institutions. In fact, as at the last count, there are more than 3 Southern and Eastern African countries that are now learning the ropes from Kenya to enable them also have their own cooperative bank. Now, if we are saying the African Continental Free Trade Agreement is something that is supposed to bind us, then it will be suicidal on our own part not to allow this kind of structure to be in operations. Because if they are, then we can also begin to have cooperators here who are capable of partnering with their other partners across the African continent. So we can't be left behind. And I don't think laws are made by human beings. And to every law, exceptions are not a crime. So I'm very optimistic about this, and we'll be engaging the relevant authorities as the process continues. But if you don't put your house in order, you can't go to somebody telling him that, look, I have this that I want you to consider. So that is why we are starting home, and we are trying as much as possible to get it right. Now, there are one other concern being raised. If you look at the ownership structure, what made you think if the cooperative sector is strengthened in terms of human capacity, in terms of the training of leaders, in terms of the professionals, and in terms of how they do and operate, they will not be rich? Some started with 10 million. Today, they are having hundreds of billions in their accounts. And that is the beauty of the cooperatives. Because not everybody who has money in the cooperative society is ready to take the money to do something. I think that's the advantage. That's why you're having it as a cooperative. So for us, as far as we are concerned, we are very optimistic. And I know for a fact that at the end of the day, we are going to get it right. Now, in terms of the issue of identity, I'll be very clear. When you are not operating at a level that people will respect you, they put all forms of limitations to you, even if the law did not permit them to put the limitations. That's what I see happening. When you say cooperative, people just think it's just poor people doing some nonsense somewhere. No. Cooperative is big. In many countries, if you go to India, the cooperative banks are all over the place. And they are doing very well. They are the one mobilizing resources. China is the same thing. We've seen it all over the place. And like we said in Africa, things are looking very high and up. So let me also clarify. I think there was a question around, the bulk of the questions were around this identity, what do they call it, issue. Now, for the person asking Sharia compliant, there is nothing new. The object of your corporation is what determines how you want to operate. But what is important is that the cooperative principle must be respected. And I will tell you for free that we have seen in Kenya, there are cooperative societies that are established as Sharia compliant cooperative society. Cooperative principle says democracy, which means you are free to enter and operate, but you must operate within the principles and the ethics. So if this is what we are looking at, you have your own right to participate. And if your cooperative society is operating within the ambit of cooperative Sharia compliance, no one will force you to do otherwise. I think that is the point I would like to add here. Now, in terms of the farming, I think okay, before I take the agriculture, the one who acts on housing, we have cooperative society that has been registered that is focusing on housing. And in fact, they are having a housing summit, cooperative housing summit Africa, very soon. So look out for it. Where is the essay? You can check out for the essay to give you details about that because it's happening. And no, look for him. You don't need to, just look for him later. He's around so that he gives you that details. They've done one last year. It was very successful. This time around, they are doing it and inviting many African countries to come to Nigeria on that note. So the room for that is much. And that's why we are trying to digitize. You can imagine if you don't have a digital system, how will people subscribe to your housing scheme? And remember, they will be doing that from the perspective of a cooperative society, not individuals. Okay? Now, if you also look at the agricultural sector, the value chain is big. And that's why we said, with this, we can have even logistics, transport. And if you are involved in agricultural produce transportation, you can have your cooperatives. Your members will be trained, and you can take turn to provide service as at when necessary. Is there any question I left out? All right. The other aspect is that I think one of the questions is whether what I'm doing, if I leave office, by the grace of God, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to get his second term. This vision does not belong to me. The vision belongs to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. And by the grace of God, he's going to get a second term that will lead him up to 2031. So that vision, what we are doing here, we'll get onto that. Now, but all the same, as we are working, our coming here on this advocacy tour is part of the institutional development and institution building. And the Federal Department of Cooperatives is having the corporate memory of everything we are doing. And so whoever is going to come on board will come on board to see that there is a program that is already running. And wherever it stops, it is now his duty based on the mandate, because the owner of the vision is the president. And if the president gives him the mandate, I dare him to abandon that vision. I don't think he can, whoever. So let's leave it at that. But before then, we have from now till May next year, inshallah. And we are working to make sure that even this year, we are able to put in place so much measures and so much work that the things we want to do will become irreversible as far as we are concerned. And with your support, we can do it. Which one is left? All right. So in terms of the TIN number you are talking about, if you want to benefit and be different as a cooperative society, then the digitalization has to happen. When that happens, if the law says you are not supposed to be taxed, then they will definitely identify you from their own system as one person who is not supposed to be taxed. That is why the digitalization is key. People cannot be operating at digital level and then you will come with, I beg. It doesn't work. Okay? So, and we are working with all of them. We've actually been wanting to meet with the National Revenue Service from when they were FIRS, but because they were in transition, we couldn't get their attention. Now that they are settled and they are in their new corporate headquarters, we are definitely going to get across to them so that the new tax law, we will look at it in terms of how it affects cooperative society. Remember, as individuals, citizens, there is a way the tax law affects you. So we want to also ensure that if it will affect you as a cooperative society member or as an individual cooperator, it has to also be known and it must be made clear. So that's why we have to take these things very seriously. And I'm convinced if we do, and we bring on board all other actors and have handshake with them, we'll clean all these confusions that is stopping from people from getting attention. Are we done? Okay? All right. So we come back this way. Any other question? All right. One, you want to talk. I thought you will allow our children to talk, then you will come. You know, you have KBC now. All right. Number one. All right. This way. Number two. Three. Any other one? Where are you? I don't know where you are coming from. No, I'm not going. Sorry, I'm not going that way. Yes, number 5. Because we were going section by section. So who is number 1? Give to number 1, please.
Thank you very much, sir. Honorable Minister, please, may I respectfully lie on the layers of protocols already established. My name is Dr. Okafo Korafia. I'm here on behalf of ICOPRON. I chair the Education and Research Committee of ICOPRON. I want to thank you for the explanation you gave concerning the new tax law. Indeed, it is one of the training papers that will be handled in the CAPT that is coming up in June here in Ogun State. And at least you've given an idea of what attendees will expect. My concern is on the 5% equity reserved for employees. Now, employees are...
How many percent?
5%.
Yeah.
Employees are transitional. They can die, they can retire, can get other jobs, and so on. If 5% of the employees take up if the employees take up 5% of the equity and some of them leave, will the bank redeem the shares even when those people don't want to sell the shares? And if new employees come in, when 5% of the shares have been taken by employees, how will you compensate the new people when some of the people that are holding those 5% shares are no longer employees? Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Number 2. This way, number 2 is here.
Good day, Honorable Minister, and other colleagues on the podium. I am Olagore Ganiu from Itesiwaju 5 Cooperative Society. My question is this, sir. We have 2 different cooperative.
We are not getting you. We are not hearing. Maybe you can come out.
Can you hear me now, sir? So my question is this. We have 2 cooperative involved. That is community-based and industrial-based. So this digitalization process, so when and how will it commence? And how will the 2 cooperative sectors benefit from it?
You are talking about institutional and community?
Industrial and community, sir.
All right. Number 3 is behind there. Is behind. Yeah.
Thank you so much, the Honorable Minister. I equally observe all protocols. My name is Odewumi Joshua Latunji. I'm the treasurer for Avila Oil and Gas Services. Okay, my question is basically lies on a part of the flow and the model under which the system we operate, which is, will the system allows an individual to approach the bank who is a core member elsewhere with a cooperative society, or will it be a society-based banking institution? That is 1. 2, how do we intend to manage interbanking settlements? For instance, when we talk of NIPS, that does interbanking settlement for commercial transactions, how do we intend to manage this flow and also to avoid extra charges or more charges that will come like a burden to the members? Because we all know so well that much reason why we cooperative society leverage on surplus and not on revenue. So somehow we've been able over the years to minimize, financial hardship or burden on the society. Then finally, how do we intend to manage charges that will result from deposits if the system will be operating under a normal commercial model, such that will the system allow me as a cooperative member elsewhere to be able to deposit money into my wallets, or how will it be? I think we need more information on this.
All right, thank you. Number 4. Number 4 is somewhere here.
Good afternoon, sir. Honorable Minister, and all protocols duly observed. I'm Olumide Ogunubi Igbejuleke Aja from Cooperative Multipurpose Cooperative. Sir, I would still like you to buttress more on the issue of team. I know you've talked about it, but in my own opinion, it's not too satisfactory. Sorry if I use that language, sir. At the moment, we have a lot of existing cooperative. Because of the issue of thin identification, banks have frozen them and they are not in operation. And as a matter of fact, I understand digitalization. I totally agree with it, but it should be done systematically, periodically, and there should be a time frame for it. However, on the contrary, it doesn't appear to be so. Sir, please, I'm humbly appealing for each and everyone having their challenges. What time duration should we expect because we'll be hearing of this. Sir, please, in this gathering, we want you to please help us on that. Within the next 1 month, all the frozen accounts with the requirements needed, the institution to see will be fully dealt with. Sir, please, I wouldn't want you to scale through it the way it was being said when the madam, Mrs. Suleja, asked about it. Please, sir, help us address it. Thank you. Secondly, the issue about is a clarity to me, and I would like to know further. When you talked about 65% regarding the cooperative having affairs or having shares regarding that, someone also asked relatively that how is it going to be operational? For instance, now, I belong to a cooperative in Lekki, and assuming my cooperative is Multipurpose, which they actually belong of taking part of it. For instance, Cooperative has taken certain shares, and I, as an individual under the same cooperative, still want to take certain shares. So are there rooms and modalities for that to operate? In respect to that, I also want to know if, as a matter of fact, I'm actually taking a loan from my initial parent cooperative, will I still be entitled, and I'm paying very well, to also take another loan in respect to that from the commercial bank? I'm not talking about the shares. I'm trying to diversify the questions. So all these things are clarity that is going to give us an idea of what to expect, which we can hold up to. Thirdly, I will also want a benchmark to have an idea of all these existing cooperative banking, when it's going to be done. For a good instance is this, when are you going to float it? And where is the shareholding? Because Nigerians, I can understand, we are very intellectual, we are very intelligent. Now, if you are saying you want 100 billion, it could be raised among 3 people. Unfortunately, what about those that still want to have aspect in it? So how is the modality that is going to cost across board and the benchmark in regards to that? Furthermore, I would still like to have a digitalization on all this cooperative system. In the last remark, I will still want to employ the Honorable Minister and all protocols involved. Youth inclusion is what you are talking about. We will still want the continuity, and we want the modalities how this is going to be done for a progressive Nigeria. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Now, let me go back to members of this panel so that you two can contribute. The questions are many. If there's anyone you want to take, please.
Okay, let me start by appreciating COP. Yes, I actually did that to get our attention. Yes, COP. Thank you very much. I actually did that to get our attention. Now, let me address the question about digitization. And the question is asking, will it be individual that will apply, or is it cooperative that will apply for whatever privileges? Key. And I'm going to paint a picture. Which I think I want every one of us to go on with. Housing, there was a question on housing earlier. And that question is quite germane. And I want to bring it back home. What we are doing here is to create an economic value chain through digitization. Economic value chain, which brings value access. Economic value chain, which brings what? Value access. By saying such or using those words, is actually telling us that at every point in time, an average man, Musa, is calculating his retirement. In 3 or 4 years, I will be retiring. We have housing cooperative, having all forms or all groups, all value chain of housing as cooperators or as businessmen, riding on the cooperative principle. as an individual in a different organization, in a different cooperative organization, I can actually subscribe, pick up my device, log in into my cooperative account, apply for housing privileges. At such point, the first thing that will come forth is verification. Am I entitled? Am I verified to be able to apply for such? Credit to be checked. The required registration will be checked. At the end of the day, if I am entitled, you can plan your retirement to own a house. Here we are in Lagos where we have rent to own houses. Such cooperative, housing cooperative, could spool out some of such benefits. And any one of us can apply anytime, any day, anywhere we are, without having to go through anybody. So far, our cooperative organization have been able to come on the ride. Again, we must understand the fact that the only reason why some of these things are not happening is because we don't have the required data. It's because some of our cooperative organizations don't have required, are not following through with the required accounting standards. It's because if we look at the trajectory or the graph and see what is happening all over the world in terms of digitization, we necessarily might not be able to get required data. In fact, there are foreign organizations that are interested to come in with so much benefits, and they cannot come because why? We don't have required data. Grants can come in and cooperative can subscribe as farmers, where the chain, the value chain, those that are into seedlings can automatically meet another cooperative that are ready to do what? That are core farmers. Core farmers can meet cooperative that are what? Uptakers. Take directly to the market. And you realize the fact that while we have most of our products in agri value chain, while we have our products going into the bin most of the time, is because some of the uptakers, which are producers, are not having direct access to some of these products and services. If we have cooperative society riding on this part, they can pick up and take it to their factory and produce items that every part of the economy can benefit from. And let me shock you, at every point in time when we think cooperative, here comes a world where if digitization can be achieved, just with your card or with your ID, you can walk into any cooperative supermarket and get products at a discounted rate because you are a cooperator. Some of these things are not achievable if digitization is not achieved. Let me rest on that. Thank you very much.
All right. You want to,
I'll add just one thing. So if you just give me just a moment to add one thing, because I think the question that the gentleman had was very important. If your customer takes money from you, can they go to also a commercial bank and get access to new loans? Absolutely. So the only thing I want to say is that today, with Nigeria being one of the largest economies in Africa, the banks, many of the fintechs, the PMIs, they're all a part of this ecosystem. And unfortunately, the cooperative institutions are blind when it comes to what's happening in that financial lending space to your customers. Your customers are already possibly getting access, but you don't know. And the loans that you've given to them, the lending institutions also don't know. So we're going to stop that. As of today, we will be able to say collectively, at least here in the Southwest, that we're ready to professionalize our institutions and get them digitized so that they could be a part of that overall, economic system. And I think that that's so very important. I want to thank the Honorable Minister here today for pushing this initiative, because this is what's going to empower the cooperatives. They say that what isn't measured isn't managed. And if it isn't managed, it doesn't matter. And if you believe with me today, cooperatives matter. Are we ready? So I believe, sir, the floor is now yours. We are ready. Let's digitize. Let's make sure everybody that is in our world of cooperatives matter on this economy. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Let me be on my feet. Someone asked about the industrial or institutional or community, isn't it? Let me ask you this. We all belong to community on a permanent basis, but we don't belong to our organizations on a permanent basis. Even if you are given permanent and pensionable job, it has a time frame, it will expire. Most instances is 35 years, Abi, or 60 years, or whichever one comes first. Or if you are in the university, if you are a professor, 70 years. Or if you are in the court, they say 70 years. The 70 years will still call, you will still live. The question to ask is, if you have been contributing to a cooperative society while working, will it be nice because you are retiring, they just remove everything and say, oh yeah, begin to disappear? So how do you carry over what you are doing into the same cooperative system? That is the principle behind what is driving our digitization. Because with your cooperative ID, you can decide to transfer whatever it is that you have to another cooperative society. That can be done. And the credit registry, we gladly say, yes, you can move because you don't have any credit where you are. And as you move, that trail can also be seen. Do you get the point? So for us, we believe with the emergence of cooperative housing societies, if your contribution has not earned you a house up to a particular point when you leave that environment or organization, the ecosystem still has other cooperative society where you may now find yourself and you can decide to shift. But if there is no handshake within the entire system, how does that become easy? Do you now see the point? And that's why these things are very important. If cooperative societies are not supposed to be taxed, if they are not taxable, how do you know it's a cooperative society? Cooperative verification number, for example, will be the key anchor upon which the man who is in revenue service will now look and say, okay, they have a verification number that we agree with. Remember, everything we are doing here, we are going to have handshake with all other operators. It's not as if we are creating a new island for ourselves, no. But we need to come to them with credibility. They need to have confidence in what we are doing because it is true, it is honest, it is sincere, and they can lean on it. But the current system, no one is going to take it. You can't go and bring a register manual and ask me to deal with you and give you tax exemption, for example, if you are supposed to be exempted from tax. I hope you get what we are saying. So everything you see us doing here has been the output of so much work, and it's still work in progress. That's why we are consulting. That's why we are all talking. Some of the points we have raised here will guide us in knowing what to do or what not to do. Like the question being raised about share capital and the like. These are issues we'll be raising. And I believe at the end of the day, we are definitely going to get there. Because remember, we are not operating in an island. If you refuse or give stringent conditions here, and other countries have similar system that are able to operate, they can come into your environment and tap in the benefit. denying your people the privilege. So it's a whole lot of things. Are we together now? So let me say this, whether you are institutional based or community based or industrially based, so long as you are within the cooperative movement, we want to say that you belong to the cooperative family as an ecosystem. And the digitalization will give us the capacity, the indicators to be able to know where you are, and if you have to move, how you have to move, and all other things that will make things seamless. So that explains why we are taking this very seriously. And I also like to add that in doing this, we are not unmindful of the other regulatory provisions that we must comply with. We have to comply to other regulatory provisions. So we are going to engage all of this regulatory framework and ensure that at the end of the day, the cooperative societies get a fair share. Because remember, whatever you see us doing here as cooperative society, the same law, the same principle is what governs cooperative society in China, India, Kenya, any other place. Because it's a global thing. So we can't be an exception. Cop. Where? Everywhere. So I think, is there any question we have not touched? All right. I would like to call on one of the fathers of this system to take the last shot before we go on. Give him the mic.
Thank you very much, sir. Alájẹṣẹ́kù. Alájẹṣẹ́kù. Ilé wa. Ọ̀nà wa. Ẹgbẹ́ wa. Àwa gangan alára ń kọ́. Kò ní wà bí? Alájẹṣẹ́kù yìí tí gbogbo wa ni. Kò máa gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́ dọ̀wọ́ yín, torí kò sẹ́gbẹ́ mìíràn tí a lè ṣe. Báǹkì ò dàbí ẹgbẹ́. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká fi ìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan gbé. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí gbé. Kémi gbé. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí gbé. Kémi gbé. Alájẹṣẹ́kù. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Yeah.
You know, we are home here in the Southwest, and we have our own peculiarities in the way we manage the cooperative ecosystem. So that is just being homely to my homey people. Thank you very much again, Honorable Minister, for these efforts. They are not unnoticed by majority of Nigerians, especially the cooperators. And we appreciate you for your tireless efforts that you have consistently put on over the years, especially as it relates to this particular effort of Cooperative Bank for Nigeria. We all know what we have missed with the defunct Cooperative Bank. And so we are very grateful that you are helping us to bring it back. Some of us have been advocates of the return of the Cooperative Bank, but there are still some salient issues that need to be clarified. I, for one, have been a major proponent of the resuscitation of the Cooperative Bank. But I have two questions. The first one, sir, is that just as you have said earlier on today, cooperative societies are not registered under CAMA. We are registered under the Nigerian Cooperative Societies Act 2004 by the federal director and state directors. If this bank is going to be truly cooperative, it means I assume, that we will be registering it under the cooperative laws. If we register it under the cooperative laws, how acceptable will that be by the Central Bank of Nigeria? Reason is this. Under the Cooperative Act, we are allowed to register cooperative bank under the Cooperative Act. But it also says that, the law also says that if we register cooperative bank under the Cooperative Act, under cooperative laws, we must subject it entirely to the dictates of BOFIA, Banks and Other Financial Acts, which means we have to take it to CBN for registration. CBN in its act says they only deal with corporate bodies registered under CAMA. So how do we intend to scale that order? Because we will not have been registered under CAMA, but under cooperative laws. That is the first one. The second one is that the cooperative bank, is this going to be an apex? Victor, essay. Yes, please, you need to come here. Here and I have argued this. We spent almost 1 hour or 2 hours discussing this. And I said that, look, if this is a cooperative body under cooperative laws, it must be subjected to full cooperative system. And so, as a national bank, that will suppose that it will be a national apex. And please correct me if I'm wrong. He said, Victor is shaking his head. He has told me that no, it's not going to be an apex. Okay. A national apex would have state apexes under them. The state apexes would manage other societies and unions in each of the states. Now, for this National Cooperative Bank, or Cooperative Bank of Nigeria, as it's been christened, how will it work? Is it going to work as a national apex, or is it going to work as if it's a bank that is registered under CAMA, but using the cooperative system or identity? Those are the two issues. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm happy you are asking this question. But let me be very clear. The Cooperative Societies Act allows that you register a cooperative bank, like you have said, and it will get its license to operate from CBN. Now, the Nigerian Societies Act, is it a Nigerian law? Is the law an act of parliament? BOFIA, is it a Nigerian law? An act of parliament? CAMA, is it a Nigerian law? Is it an act of parliament? Which one is superior to the other? So let's get one thing clear. If the law that sets you up to do something says another person should do another thing, where is your power to prevent the person from doing another thing? It says clearly, for us to operate, we have to get the license from CBN. So we'll approach the CBN accordingly. We are trying to get our acts together first. It is when you get your acts together, then you can now go to the next level. So we are going to engage the CBN. We've had 1 or 2 preliminaries with some people, not a formal one, because that's how it starts. So at the right time, we'll approach them. But remember, we are doing this as part of a legacy of the Renewed Hope era. So whatever encumbrance, we are not asking in terms of capital mobilization. I'm convinced beyond reasonable doubt that the cooperative sector in Nigeria can mobilize the amount of money needed for capitalization. I don't have any doubt about that. It's just a function of people having the confidence and the trust that this thing will work. And that's why we are working very hard to ensure that there is credibility, there is integrity, and there is trust involved. These are three things we are not joking with. So that is the first one. The second one is to say that we are also thinking of reviewing the act. We have done so much work. And because CAMA is new, we will take a look at areas of congruence. But remember, in terms of precedence, the Cooperative Society Act is already in existence. So even by legal, what did they call it? Which one takes precedence? You met us on ground, so you can't impose something if you do not recognize what we are. But it's just for us to engage. It's not a power context. All that the president wants is for us to enable the system for every Nigerian to be able to make a living and to be part of the prosperity that the renewed hope era is working hard to bring on board. And I think when we engage, we will get to that. Okay? So the other aspect, there was one part.
Apex.
All right, in terms of Apex, the law was very clear. The issue of Apex is other societies, but when it comes to the financial sector, it's even limited. If you go back into the act, you will see for you to do that, the provisions are different in terms of the financial segment, where the bank is mentioned for you to be able to establish. I can't remember vividly the clauses now, but the clauses recognize that within that ambit. So, who are the owners of the bank? The various apexes. That's why we are talking about what the other guy calls special purpose vehicle. The cooperative holding society that we are going to register is going to be like a special purpose vehicle where different cooperative societies will now be members. So because they are members, they will now subscribe to the shareholding of the bank. That's what is obtainable in Kenya. That's what is obtainable in many other places that we have seen. So there is a universality about the cooperative movement. Is that not? The cooperative identity is a universal one. Can you change it? Is Nigeria not part of the global economy? Are we not part of the Committee of Nations? So those are the things we are banking upon to get it right. At any rate, all these questions are important and we will take them on board. And that is the essence of this consultation. That we have come here to consult or to advocate is because we want to hear feedback. And the feedback we are getting is going to help us to do the things that are right so that the necessary and sufficient condition can be met for us to have the Cooperative Bank of Nigeria, inshallah. Thank you very much. So please, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, like the credit registrar said, are you ready? Are you ready for Cooperative Bank of Nigeria? I thought this roof would start shaking. I didn't hear you. Are you ready? You know this political era. So the voice is opened. So thank you very much. And I want to appreciate Southwest for turning out en masse, for coming to listen to us, and for giving me the confidence that truly this dream is a viable dream and we can make it happen together. Thank you and God bless.
A big thank you to the Honorable Minister for chairing this session very excellently. Please a round of applause for him. We also want to appreciate our panel members. We want to appreciate the MD CEO Credit Registers and Vice President FinTech Association of Nigeria, Dr. Jamila Sherif Ayedun. I also want to appreciate the Mr. Ajomale Taiwo of Seka Technologies. And I didn't get your name. And then I want to thank Mr. Latif Fadeyi of Semfex. Please a round of applause for them. We'll now take the vote of thanks. The vote of thanks now, and I think that will be coming from the Federal Director of Cooperatives, Dr. Mohammed Bashir Abdul Kader. Please a round of applause for him. Oga wore white intentionally so that we can rhyme with KBSD.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much. Yeah. Honorable Minister of State, Federal Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Dr. Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, CON, Baradem Borgu, Honorable Commissioner of Commerce, Cooperative, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Paula Shade Ambrose McBain, Lagos State Permanent Secretary, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to align with the existing already established protocols. On behalf of Federal Ministry of Agriculture, I wish to sincerely express our profound appreciation to everyone who has contributed to the success of today's strategic historic engagement. First, we are deeply grateful to Almighty Allah and our versatile, indefatigable Honorable Minister of State, Federal Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, who is also my supervising minister for cooperatives in Nigeria, for his visionary leadership, commitment, and strong passion towards repositioning the cooperative sector under the Renewed Hope Cooperative Revamp Program. Your insightful keynote address and engagement with stakeholders today have once again demonstrated government's seriousness and determination to building a strong, inclusive, digitally driven and financially empowered cooperative ecosystem in Nigeria. We sincerely appreciate the government and the people of Lagos State, particularly the Honorable Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperative, Trade and Investment, and the Lagos State Federation for hosting this very important Southwest flag-off engagement for their warm hospitality and support. Our appreciation also goes to the leadership of Cooperative Federation of Nigeria and their members from the Southwest states of Ogun, Oyo, Osun, and Ekiti State. Directors of cooperative services from Southwest states, cooperative leaders, trustees, managers, cooperative of cooperators present here, development partners, private sector partners, financial institutions and investors, members of the media, and all other stakeholders who travel from far and near to participate in this engagement. Today's discussion have further reaffirmed that the future of cooperatives in movement in Nigeria is bright, and that through collective commitment, strategic partnership, strong governance, and digital transformation, the cooperative sector can become a major force that will bring economic growth, national development, and economic prosperity to Nigeria. On behalf of Honorable Minister, permit me to specially thank the Provost, Federal College, Cooperative College, Ibadan, Dr. Ibrahim Abdul Ganiu, the Executive Director of the Nigerian Institute of Oceanography and Marine Research, Dr. Sule Abiodun, and as-well President of Chevron Multipurpose Cooperative Society Limited, Master Ho in making today's program a reality. Thank you very much. As we commence this nationwide advocacy and mobilization tour from Southwest Zone, we look forward to a greater collaboration, increased stakeholder participation, strong support towards a successful realization of the Cooperative Bank of Nigeria and cooperative sector digital transformation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you once more for your presence, your support, and your belief in future of the Nigerian cooperative movement. May God continue to bless cooperative movement of Nigeria. God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria. And thank you all. Go, go, go!
Here, there, everywhere.
Thank you very much.
All right. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before we close, it's important I allow us to see Dr. Jude. Please get up for recognition. The Provost Federal Cooperative College, Oju River, he came all the way to also participate in this Southwest. So thank you. He will have been here much more earlier, I understand. But you know, logistics these days, when you are out, you don't have control until they see you. So we're happy seeing you. And along with your brother, Dr. Abdul Ganiu, thank you for the work you are also doing in training middle-level manpower for the cooperative sector. Thank you. So MC, we are all back to you. So you can free us.
All right, Honorable Minister, members of the panel of discussion, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this August and auspicious occasion. Can we just please celebrate them? So we'll take a group photograph now before they leave. Just the four of them that anchor the panel session. Oh, awesome. They're done. Now, please, can you take me with the, okay, let them down. I want to take with the online commission. They're done? Okay. Close up, close up. Okay. Can you give me one with the Honorable Minister, please? This is our Northern agenda. All right, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this program. This is the maiden edition, starting with the southwestern Nigeria. Up next is now northwest. The train is moving to northwest. Yeah.
The feeding is not complete at all. Many people are still food.